difference to indices, etc. as well. 22,500 nearly on the Nifty. That's about 0.6% higher. Much better than, for some reason, GIFT Nifty was not reflecting it. But the pre-open date, 0.5% now. Nifty Bank is up 0.6%. We were the mid-cap index, which is up 1. Remember, the mid and small-cap indices were up 2% apiece yesterday. Advanced decline is positive, 6:1, but it's just starting, so many stocks still yet to open up. And it's all green on the Nifty heat map. Just 3 or 4 names in the red: Infy, Bharti, Nestle, SBI Life, but everything else is starting the day higher. So it's 3-digit gains, nearly 100 points, 22,433 at the very beginning. Surabhi.
Before I talk about the Nifty stocks, I want to pull up one stock that I was actually observing for the last several weeks, and that's Castrol India. Castrol is one stock that hasn't fallen as much as the rest of the market. In fact, for the year as a whole, Castrol is still up 18% in 2025. Today, it's rallying 5%, and now we know why, because it's become very clear. Saudi giant Aramco has made its intentions clear that it wants to buy BP's lubricant business, which is Castrol, and they're very interested in key markets like India and China. So we have to get to the bottom of this, what this would mean for the listed entity here. But that explains the resilience that stock has showcased over the last many weeks, including, of course, today it's looking good. Now on the Nifty, let's look at the key movers and shakers. A lot of the commodity stocks are flying high. BPCL is about 3% higher. Reliance 2% higher. Hindalco is 1.5% higher. Tata Steel's up and about as well. A lot of enthusiasm around the whole China boost as well coming in for these stocks. Shriram Finance 2% up. Tata Motors is seeing some buying this morning. Coal India, Eicher Motors, Bajaj Auto, these are the other names on the upside. So it's a very broad move, and most parts of the large cap screen are moving higher. Relatively speaking, Infosys is the one that kind of stands out. It's seeing some selling today, but it's not the whole IT pack that's down. It's actually more Infosys. And Britannia is mildly lower, about 0.7% lower. But otherwise, it's a green-looking screen, lots of financial names. Autos definitely bouncing back. And commodities, oil and gas, metals, material stocks like Coal India, all of them moving higher.
Well, Surabhi, there's one stock I'll be looking at is Z. That stock is absolutely bombed out. And if you look at the exchange finder, you'll see the promoter has bought close to around 27 lakh shares from the open market. Remember, promoter holding was a little bit south of 4%. But now we're seeing that it's added close to around 0.28%. So that could be, the stock was sub 100 rupees and some kind of promoter buying. Keep an eye out on that stock. A big underperformer, promoter chipping in after a while. So that's one stock I'm looking at. Man Industry is another stock that's moving higher on large volumes. Keep in mind that the stock has seen a sharp correction from the recent peak. Yesterday, it was up close to, I think, 15-20% or thereabouts, Man Industries. Today, it's up close to around 5%. And the volumes are large. If I remember correctly, the recent high was 450 rupees plus. So after halving, the stock actually is bouncing back. IOL Chemicals, they have got a certificate of suitability from the EU regulator. So that stock is up close to around 4.5%. And ACME Solar, that's another company. We had the management joining us on the show just a few sessions ago. That stock, in fact, is up close to around 5% as we speak. Volumes as well, fairly high out there. They are very, very adventurous brands. Acme Solar, that should come up for you on the screen. Besides that, some of these other big movers from the broader markets. You have Root Mobile that's up and about in today's trading session. Big move is what we're seeing out there. Triveni Turbines, another stock that's up close to around 6%. So a pretty good looking screen, guys. And big boy Reliance Industries had opened up in the green. 1,220 is the 20 DMA. You'll want that big boy to get past that mark, which will brace for a bigger move if you have to see a breakout on the upside. So that's the technical level, 1,220.
All right, let's have that stock up. That's Reliance. We'll look at that. 110 points, by the way, that's RIL. So 1,200 basically is where Reliance is at, 2% higher. Well, 100 points on the Nifty is what you have, 22,450. And that is, it's looking good. And we'll see we'll be able to build on this or not as we go along. Just a few other names where things are opening up with strong volumes. We did mention the OMC's HP, of course, is standing out with that 5% pop. Out of the 3 HPs, the biggest volume-led gainer. Castrol, we already highlighted. Triveni Turbine, Nigel just highlighted. Chennai Petro is up 5%. So standalone refiners, Chennai, and maybe we should look at the other one as well, MRPL, and 240,000 shares. So good volumes as well. MRPL is up 4%. Yeah. Root Mobile, if you mentioned that, 8% higher on Root, 1,085. There is IOL, I think we did mention 5% on IOL, 343. That'll come up. Shakti Pumps is back to being up 5%, limit up a day. It was up 5 yesterday, 5 today. But of course, I mean, from 1200 rupee levels, it had fallen to 800 one way as well. So some recoveries coming through. Sapphire is up, Sapphire Foods, 8% higher, 334 on that. And it's got it doesn't have too much volume, so be mindful there. So let it settle down. There is Quick Heal, which is up 5.5%. First Cry is up 5%. Recent listing, First Cry. But again, I mean, don't want to emphasize too much on these names because volumes are lacking. Very small volume. They're going up on little volumes at this stage. On the downside, there isn't very much at all. I mean, I think you look at, say, 3% as the cutoff, there are two names with volumes. I mean, there may be more, but with decent sized volumes, there is Azad Engineering. And we had the management with us yesterday. So 1300 on Azad Engineering. And there is Bharati Hexacom, which is down 3% as well. So about 1336 on this one. Otherwise, it's all, 0.5%, 1%. Narayana, of course, it made a new high while the market was sinking. So it's just seeing a 1.5% pullback. That's it. So it's a pretty good looking, decent looking screen at this stage.